Alright, I'm going to cover this ganache, which is Bengal spice, in a layer of dark chocolate, which is creating a foot for it. Miranda, if you want to show here, this is a guitar cutter. And so I'm going to put the foot on here, flip the whole thing over, and then we're going to actually cut the ganache. And so this creates the small uniform pieces that we can dip or enrobe later. So just give me a moment to get some chocolate, and I will be right back. So this is definitely tempered chocolate out of the chocolate machine, and we'll see what kind of a mess I can make out of it. Wish me luck. Oh, that is not the way I wanted to go. Well, that's fun. I've already made a mess, so we are going to go like this out to the edge. Not like that, but like this, and then like this. You know when you have it on video and you just make a mess? Like this. I'm just being real, guys. Trying to be professional. Can't back off now and start over again. Anyway, the idea is actually to get a thin layer of chocolate and not make a mess from over the whole bottom. And sometimes you mess up. And hopefully, trying to get these patches that I can see that are not footed properly. So I think I'm just going to stop there. That's good. Alright, so I'm just going to get a napkin, hang on. So I'll pretend and say I like working clean, but obviously this is different from working clean. And we're going to let it set for a moment, and then I'm going to take this little guy, which is the flipping tool, and put it on. Just got to wait a little bit longer. So what's going to happen is we're going to let it set enough so that it's not going to stick to this, and then flip the whole thing over. See how there it was too wet, or it hadn't set yet, but if I touch there, it's more set. I'm just checking in a couple of places. Yeah, I think that'll be good to go. Actually, I'm gonna wait for a moment. The video is making me second guess myself. Flip the whole thing. Back that down again. This goes away. And if you pull it on a exaggerated angle, it'll come off. But if I were to pull it like straight up, it would be really weird. I'm going to be the best poster child for showing you sometimes what not to do. You know how you have all those accounts that like are completely professional and you're like, oh, they make it look so easy. Well, I'm just here to make you feel better about yourselves. For those people who, you know, are still new to what they're doing. Alright, so I'm going to take this and now we're moving it over to the guitar cutter. So I'm choosing not to put a foot on top because I know we're going to hand dip this later for the class that we're doing. Alright, so push this off. Got there. to snug this right up to here. And then the next thing I'm going to do is just check to make sure it's hitting the right. There's strings here, that's why it's called a guitar. Too much. So I want to get as many pieces of ganache out of this and not just waste a whole bunch of product.
Your sister's calling.
What?
Dawn's calling.
You can ignore that. Wow. I have to get another pusher. One sec. Alright, I'm trying to hit this line right there without dinging the ganache. There. Now I know I'm probably going to get as many pieces as possible. So, here we go. Are you ready? So we're going to go down. If you want to catch it higher maybe. Here we go. Here's the first cut. Doesn't it sound like a guitar? Alright, and then we have to take this off, so I'm just going to grab this. Off for a moment because we still need to make one more cut, otherwise we have really long strips. And then we're going to wipe this down. So we clean the strings. We clean off the base. Listen to this. Isn't that cool? Okay. If the ganache is firmer, it makes a louder noise. Anyway, so now we have to turn this at 90 degrees. And we're going to push it off again. Keep getting wet chocolate on my fingers. Alright, so we're going to push this off. Oh, see how that's separated there? We don't want that. We want it together. That's actually perfect. Alright. I didn't have to fiddle with the line this time. Alright, we're going to cut again. Here we go for the second piece. Do you see how I turned it 90 degrees and so the cut's going to go this way and the other first cut was that way? So, a common mistake will be like turning around and putting it back down and this is still down. I've definitely done that before. And then you're like, wait, it doesn't work like this. All right, so here we go. We're going to cut the second one. There we go. Take the excess off here. Look at that later. And then we're going to pull it off. Before we pull it off, could you step back for a moment? I just have to move this and get the actual tray going. So this one I won't necessarily show you all the parts of, but we are going to take this off. And then we are going to push it off onto this tray. And I know some chocolatiers are so experienced at this, they could just get it sliding off so nice, but I am not there right now. And then we are going to separate out the pieces, which I'll just show you a little bit of, but not completely. 1 second. So I wanted something with a little bit more of an angle, but this is an offset, a mini offset spatula, so I'll grab some and pull them out. So we're literally going to split the pieces up because the reason what I want there to be enough space between them that they actually dry out a little bit so that when we actually go to hand dip them, that they will be not too soft, like they're a little bit sticky on the edge where they were just cut. So I want them to be dry enough that when we go to hand dip them that it won't be a problem. Anyway, that's it. Later on I will post I mean, this is going to go on YouTube, but I will post a video of us hand dipping them. Have a good day.